Welcome to my review of the BX-52 chipper by Tractor. Of course, you can access much of this information by going to their website, novatractor.com. As you can see, the chipper comes all packaged up nice and neat. I was surprised. Shipping was very fast and I had it in my possession within 5 days. The packaging was superb. I couldn't even find a scratch. I paid $1,700 with free shipping. But be sure to ask for liftgate services so they can get it off their truck and into your area without you having to provide a forklift. You do not want this sitting on the street while you figure out how to get it onto your property. It comes almost ready to use. The hardest part was figuring out what the chipper will accept and why or why not. This is my story. Enjoy. All right, well, I am going to be testing out this wood chipper that I got to chip up some of my limbs and stuff on the farm, and I've never used it before, so I'm gonna just do a quick review on how well this wood chipper performs. As you can see, I have some limbs that I have cut up here. I'm trying to clear out this boundary all the way down. It's kind of, the branches have grown onto my property and it's hard to mow over there, so I'm going to clear some of this out here. And this is the wood chipper that I got. I actually had to get a different PTO shaft because the one they sent me was not telescoping, so this one is telescoping. Pretty excited to use this little tool. I've been collecting some limbs along and along, and here's another pile that I'm going to be chipping up. So I don't know how well it's going to do. I know I gotta do a little bit as I go. I can't do the whole property because there's just too much to do, so I can't let this thing keep sitting in the shed for months on months. So I'm pretty excited about using it, and let's get it working. So when you start, safety is always first. Make sure you have some good gloves because you're going to be hauling branches and limbs and you don't want to get hurt. And also you're going to want a face shield. Apparently the goggles are just not enough and the face shield covers your whole face, so it was a bigger investment, but I wanted to make sure not do any kind of damage to my body the first time I used it. This chipper is not too bad. Really the only assembly that was required was putting the legs on down here. And then this chute right here, this was the hardest piece to assemble, and it took about an hour. I just could not figure out how to do it, so I don't want to mess with that. But you're going to need a wagon also, so when your chips come out of your chute, they go somewhere. And I don't know if this is going to be sufficient. I thought about getting my trailer, but we're going to give this a try and see how this works. Okay, so what I found out was it was getting clogged up in here. And so what I did was I had to open this up. I took one of the bolts off over here and then loosened these up on this side down here, and this whole piece just pivots. And it was pretty compacted right in here. So basically I went and looked at the manual, and it said that your tractor PTO has to be like at max for the PTO. So I didn't know that. I didn't want to damage anything, so I was just in idle. But apparently it's got to be spinning fast enough, and if it doesn't, it kind of clogs up. All right, well, apparently maybe it doesn't work with wet wood. I don't know. So I moved the tractor to this other tree over here where I have a pile of dead stuff that's been sitting for months. So let's go try that. brought the wood chipper back because apparently it starts to work once you get it going. So I started it with some dry wood and it seems to be taking the green stuff okay now. So we're gonna go ahead and try and clear up the rest of this. I got it all done. As you can see over here, it's all cleaned up, and a lot of this is just leaves and stuff, but what I found out, it took me a couple hours to get it all done, and when I cut this stuff, I just cut these bushes down that look like this. Well, this won't go in the wood chipper because of the angles, how it comes out. So it's in your best interest just to go ahead and when you cut your branch down, just to cut it, within 4 inches. That way it'll fit through the throat of the wood chipper. But it took a long time, mainly because there was a lot of this stuff, and I tried to cut it down to put it in there. I didn't have a ton of big stuff like this, but if all of my logs looked like this, I would be done in 30 minutes, because that thing is a monster. Don't do this. And if you do cut your bushes down, just trim it so it'll fit through the throat. And I'll kind of show you what this looks like right here. So it's not very big, but if you lift this up right here, you can kind of see it goes way down there. So I don't even know if your arms will reach, but keep your arms out of here. And this will just fill up with all kind of brush, and just use a bigger log to push it down in there. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. It was quite a bit of money, but when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you buy those wood chips, right on the bag it says it causes cancer, and it's got some of these dyes and stuff in there, so you don't want to put that around your bushes or your plants. You don't want that soaking into the stuff that you're going to eat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you're thinking about getting a wood chipper like this, I already had a tractor, so I didn't want another machine with a separate engine. I'm just going to use the engine that is already reliable, and I'll just store it until I need it next time. Thanks for watching.